Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I know this is a day late, and this will probably be the last video I make before the new year, because I got some exams coming up, and I am going to be headed back for Christmas, so I'm going to take a break while I'm traveling. So I will be back in January probably. It might not be immediately, but yeah, essentially after the new year. That aside, I'm going to start with this video on the Airbus A321 in Lufthansa livery. It's an A321. It's the original design. Just the only difference with the A318 that I showed previously is the length and then the tail design, because the A321 has the standard A320 family tail, whereas the A318 has a taller tail. Of course, you got the same wing, the same engine, the same horizontal stabilizer with the elevators. The Lufthansa logo does not really fit that well onto this size of a tail. It's really hard to get it to fit in. You've got the registration number, and this is supposed to be a very crude representation of the German flag. I know it's red, orange, and black, but I can't. It would be too tall if I tried. Of course, it's a narrow-body aircraft, and the size of the Lufthansa logo on the fuselage is not that big, so I had to try and keep it to a small size. And you know, there's only so much real estate on such a small aircraft relatively to the wide body aircraft I've done, so you know, it suffers a bit. You've got the gray of the belly of the Lufthansa aircraft. You've got the CFMs. That's just a general look at it. The outside livery. If we turn around, you can see an A321 with the landing gear down. So it's just the same thing, just instead of the landing gear being retracted and the aircraft being in flight, you've got it landed. The A321 is the longest A320 family aircraft. It's pretty close actually to the 757 I showed you guys last week, and I know I've been going on a bit of a narrow body aircraft journey here with all the narrow body aircraft, but you know, I'm starting to run out of time here before Christmas, so I wanted to get out a video this week, and I thought I'd get out this Lufthansa video. And the A321 is actually a pretty long aircraft, and it's quite a bit different from the 19 and the 20 and the 18. I'd say I'm going to probably end up grouping it, so I showed the 20 and the 19 together, the 18 by itself, and the 21 by itself, because the 21 is almost a competitor for the 757, or that mid-range market, and the 20 is more of a competitor for the 737, sort of the smaller capacity. And the 19 would go along with the 20, really. So that's why I'm going to group those two together. So if we go in through the main door, we go into the galley. Up front, you've got the cockpit, which is a standard Airbus cockpit. You've got the joystick fly-by-wire controls with the throttle levers here and the jump seats. You got light, and then going back, you've got the lavatory, the forward lavatory there. For galley, as I showed you, you got business class here. Just like the A318, there isn't a lot of spaces. It's literally the outside fuselage, so it's just a very rudimentary looking cabin. You got the other door, the one forward of the wing and the engine. Going back, you got actually a cabin crew seat here, and there's a gap where there isn't a seating row there. Moving back, you have the rear doors that are behind the wing. Another cabin crew seating space. Moving back even further, you've got the rear lavatories, one on each side. The aircraft body curves in, so the lavatories don't have sinks back here, same as the one up front. You got your rear galley, and that's just generally it. It's a very small aircraft, but like I said, it's almost the same size as the 757. I think it's still quite a bit smaller, but it's the Neo variant of the A321 is starting to go in service and take over some of the routes that the older 757s would have done, because the 757 is just so old and it needs a replacement. So there's a cursory look at the A321. I'm going to probably take more time on another video, but I really wanted to get a video out there, and I feel bad for having missed yesterday. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. See you next time.